Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. As ever, you can find me over on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews, and I'm also on Ravelry at MadXStitcher. And if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Maddie, and this is my little podcast about, it's a monthly podcast, so what I got up to the previous month. So today we're going to look at what I got up to in January. Now I am multi-craftual, not really sure how you say that word, but I'm also a textiles teacher, so there's not an awful lot of time to do different crafts. I've got a lot of cross stitch that I need to do, but I have been solely focused on crochet for quite some time now. You may notice there are a few more additions to my little podcast area. So I'm going to have a little sip of my tea. I am using my painted mug from the craft shed in Basildon, and I painted it. It uses a crackle glaze that kind of like drips when the crystals burst. It's like a crystal glaze. So yeah, I'm gonna have a sip and dive right in, shall we? So today I am wearing my Stitches Tees hoodie with the gold vinyl. I love it. Underneath I've actually got my Fibre Rocks Granny Square jumper t-shirt as well, so rocking the crochet today. Okie dokie. So for January's plans, I had several plans. Things to start, things to finish, things to make progress on. Quite a lot has happened, but not a lot has happened, if that makes any sense. Everyone says that January feels like it's really, really long. For me, it feels long because I get paid before Christmas as a teacher, so I have a long time to wait until payday. But actually, we only had 3.5 weeks of school, so that went really quick. Anyway, January plans. So I wanted to finish off the Advent Cow that I started in December from the Crochet Society Advent, which is the drawer unit behind me. I wanted to finish off the mittens that I'd started, I don't know when, the pink and grey ones. I wanted to finish my dice bag. I wanted to start the rookie cushion, which I've had as a kit from Wooler since the Kickstarter. So I've had it a while now. I wanted to complete another section of the Strawberry Lemonade shawl, which is a pattern by Gemma of the Midnight Diary. I wanted to start the crochet along blanket from Simply Crochet magazine, which is the Magic Carpet Throw. I wanted to start yet another blanket, the My Favourite Things blanket, which is a Deramor's pattern, which is a Christmas blanket, and I've had that maybe 2 years. I know I bought it with my birthday money. I think it was 2 years ago, 2019. Yeah. And I wanted to start the Battenberg blanket, which I'm making for my sister, using the mini skeins from Castleview Yarns, which are all about Friends, because my sister likes the TV series Friends. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I have finished the mittens, finished the dice bag. I have not only started the rookie cushion, I have finished it. I started the Magic Carpet Throw, and I started the My Favourite Things blanket. So that's quite a lot already, and then I got a little bit sidetracked. But I'll come on to that in a minute. So first things first, I finished the mittens from Crochet Society box 1. These are called the Willowfield mitts by Tony Lipsy, which is TL Yarn Crafts on Instagram. And I did them in 2 colours. So I've done them in a pink and a grey. Now you will have seen this before. This is my 3rd pair now. So the first pair I did was just in the Tin Man colourway, so the grey, and I did them all grey. Then I did a pair for my best friend as one of her Advent makes, and that was with Tin Man, I think it's charcoal, and then pumpkin. So she had an orange as the detail in hers, and I just striped those. With these ones, I've just done Tin Man, and I want to say Cheeky Chops as the pink. The colour's not really coming out on the screen very well. I had one last year, and now I have a second one, so now I have a pair. And I love these because they just seem to fit everybody. So I do these in a size 4mm hook. The pattern I think requires a 3.5 or a 3.75, but I couldn't get gauge. They didn't actually fit my hand, so mine are now done in a 4mm hook. And yeah, they are actually really quick. I think I can do one mitten in maybe an hour, minus the sewing up and the thumb section. So they're actually a really quick make to do, except I just put it off because I had other projects that I wanted to work on. So yeah, now I have another pair of mittens. Not sure if I'll be keeping them or whether I will be selling them or giving them away as a gift to somebody, but we shall see. So the yarn used in those mittens is West Yorkshire Spinners Luxury Baby DK, which is Bo Peep. Never ever sure if I get those words in the right order or not, but it's West Yorkshire Spinners. So yeah, in the Tin Man and the Cheeky Chops colourways. So next up is the dice bag that I made. Now I started it in last year. So both of these makes, both my dice bag and the mittens, count towards the Radiant Whips cow again this year. Radiant Whip box it is over on Instagram, because they were both started in 2021 and they were both finished in 2022. So I have a dragon scale dice bag. Now this is the extra large dragon scale dice bag. I cannot for the life of me remember where I got it from. The pattern is still on my phone. It's on a web page, on a blog somewhere. So I will put the link down below for you. And let's have a look. So it uses a crocodile stitch all the way around. The base is just a circle, and then you build up the pattern around the outside to create the crocodile stitch. Now, because crocodile stitch is quite holy, as in there are lots of gaps between the stitches, you have to make like an interior section as well. So I followed the pattern. I did an interior section and a lining section, and it says to sew it to the main part of the bag, but I just crocheted it until it reached the same height, and then when I did the next round on the bag itself, I just crocheted into both. So I joined them both together, which means I get this little bit of a ridge all the way around because there's quite a thickness there, but I think it makes it more sturdy, and I don't have any extra threads showing from sewing it together. It is clonking because my dice are inside. I have, however, lost 2 sets of dice, which I bought maybe October time. Not really sure where I put them, so I'm going to have I've been trying to look, still can't find them. So they'll turn up eventually. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this. It took longer than I thought it would. Now I know crocodile stitch can take a while, but this did take a long time. I think I was getting maybe a whole round of dragon scales done and thinking, well, that doesn't look any bigger, which I think is why I kind of put it down just before Christmas. But it is finished now. I think it's 1 row shorter than it should be at the top, or I've done 1 less decrease round because I wanted to still be able to open it quite wide at the top. Yeah, so I've done the outside in Stylecraft Cabaret, and it is the purple haze colour, so it goes through purples and different grey tones to make up the pattern. There is a slight pale purple in there as well, and then inside I used a grey DK that I was donated, and then the tie is actually just plaited with 6 strands, so I've got I think 3 of each, 3 of the outer and 3 of the lining yarn to make the plait. So yeah, I'll pop some pictures up because I got some really nice pictures of the dice falling out of it. I'm really pleased with that. I just need to find my other 2 sets now and add them to the pile. So that's 2 down. Got 1 more big project to go, and then quite a few little ones. So we have the rookie cushion. Now this is the kit I got from Wooler at Wooler Yarn, and it's just so squidgy. It uses a super fat yarn, which is the big thick one, and then you crochet over it with a 4-ply, and you just go round and round and round. It is amazing. It grows so quickly. And then I have done the version where you add a zip at the bottom. It's not in brilliantly, I will admit, but it is in. And it is a cushion, so yay. I still have some of the yarn left. So this is how much 4-ply I have with the bright pink, and this is how much super fat I have. Now I don't know whether there is enough to do something with. I'll have to have a look and see what I can do. But that's quite a substantial amount of yarn still from both of them, so we'll see. I love it though. It worked up so quickly, and it was so easy to work over this as well. I hadn't thought to work over a yarn before, so that was really interesting to try. Yeah, so I've got those to use. But I mean, it goes a bit weird in some places where the super fat yarn changes width, but I'm really pleased with it. So that's my rookie cushion. So Wooler is on Instagram. That is Kaz at Wooler Yarn on Instagram. Yeah, there are other patterns available using a similar technique. I think there's a cowl. I don't know what else there is. But I will be having a look to see if I can use the rest of the yarn for something different. And again, that worked out really quickly. I was basically spending a couple of evenings a week on it, and I think I got about halfway. I was like, oh, I'm halfway now. And then the last half just went really quickly. So super good finish. Yeah, really enjoyed that one. Right, next up. Seem to have found a squirrel. So Laura of Aphis Yarns is running a Squirrel Along Cow this year, which basically means if you start for something that you probably shouldn't be starting early, because you should be getting on with other stuff, or you find a project that again you shouldn't really be doing because you've got other stuff to do, but you're going to do it anyway. They're effectively squirrels, because it's like, oh, squirrel, oh, another squirrel. Yeah, so I bought a kit quite some time ago. Actually, I bought 2 kits because they were £2. These are from the Works, so I have several local Works stores. It was £2 for this donut kit. No, I bought 2, and the other night I was looking at them and thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a donut, hence first squirrel. So I mean, in the kit you get everything you need, all the yarn to make the donut, and there's a booklet in there that shows you how to do different ice, well, it doesn't show you, but it shows you like an example picture of different donuts. There we go, different donuts. So needless to say, I didn't just stop at 1 or the 2 that I had kits for. Yeah, let's take a look at how many I actually got to. First up, the 2 that came in the kits. So this one is pretty much the same as the kit pattern, and this one I decided to change up the icing, so I've got a little swirl going on. This one I've put all the stuffing in, and this one I didn't. So one is a bit flatter than the other, but it doesn't really matter. So we start the squirrel with 2 donuts, but it doesn't stop there. I then went to the yarn shop, because you do, and I picked up fondant, sherbet, and camel, knowing that I had white already in my stash. So I have these 3. Can we see where this is going? I then made 2 blue ones and a pink one. So now we're up to 5. Okay, 5 donuts. I really like this one in the middle. Took me a little while to play around with that pattern, but I'm happy with how it turned out. And then obviously I found, because Ginger Man over here, I have lots of the gingerbread colourway left over as well. So that then went into circulation with the rest of the colours. And because I was working on the advent calendar, or supposed to be working on the advent calendar, I had the yarn still available next to me. So then I made a yellow one. And I've put half of it with sprinkles on. Now all these yarns are from the advent calendar. So they are slightly thicker than the DK, the Stylecraft that I got from the shop. So I kept those together. So now we're up to 6. But whilst I was at the shop, I also bought Chunky in the white. I bought Chunky in the mocha. And I bought Chunky in the gold, because I thought it was quite a caramelly colour. And as we can see, I have used these already. So we then had 2 caramel donuts. One with caramel icing, one with like chocolate fudge pieces. So I have 2 chunky donuts, big donuts. So now we're up to 8. But I didn't stop there. I then realised, actually, I've still got Stylecraft Chunky in my stash, because I'm supposed to be making a jumper with it. So that then came out of circulation, or into circulation. And I made a strawberry one. One that's all pink with some white sprinkles, and one that's white with some strawberry icing. So now we're up to 10. Yeah. But then I realised, well, I have the white yarn in the DK and all the other colours, so why not do white icing? And thus we then ended up with 12. So we have 12 donuts. I mean, 12 donuts, okay? Look, I am just a bit obsessed with donuts. Yeah. So remember my obsession with the pumpkins in October? January has seen an obsession with donuts. Yes. Thankfully they're not the edible kind. So yeah, 12 donuts. And because obviously I am now obsessed, I went and found a pattern for a giant one. Yes, a giant donut cushion. So maybe that'll be February. Do you know what? They've just kept me quiet. They've kept me sane. I have not had to worry about anything whilst I've been doing them. Well, not really anyway. Yeah, so we have quite a lot of donuts now. Honestly, no idea what I'm going to do with them. But at the moment, I don't care. I just wanted to make donuts, and that is exactly what I did. My mental health has not been brilliant this month. I will say that. I'm kind of in like a constant state of anxious, and I've not been in that state before, hence donuts. It has been a bit tricky and difficult, and I've tried to ignore it. It has not helped. So I finally sought medical advice, and we're going to see how that actually goes. But yeah, it's not been a brilliant month as such, and therefore I have, I guess, thrown myself into coping. And we discussed this last year and the year before, about my coping and ignoring my problems through crochet. But there we go. So I don't really know what else to say on the matter, if I'm honest. Work has been quite difficult. I was actually ill for most of January, and I'm still quite croaky now and still coughing now. Now. I don't know if it was COVID or not, because I was testing negative every day. That I was really ill, and even to the point where I went and got PCR and that came back negative. But by then I was already 5 days into being ill, so I don't know. That has really not helped with work, because I couldn't really teach very well the first week of January because I couldn't hear anything. Was completely stuffy, my ears were blocked, just felt extremely tired. Every time I left work, I literally came home and went to sleep. I didn't do anything for the first 2 weeks of term. So yeah, that's been quite trying, and particularly at home, but also with like conversations at work have not necessarily gone very well. But I'm now seeking help. So but I try and stay positive. I've been trying to do things that make me smile. So yeah, I'm just getting by day by day. So I did reach out to friends and see if they had any extra coping mechanisms they could suggest to me. I'm just at a point where I don't want to go out unless I'm with like my best friend or my family, or I'm going somewhere that I know is only down the road. So the yarn shop is only down the road, and they're lovely there and they look after me there, so I don't feel like I'm like out of my comfort zone there, which is quite nice. But yeah, so that has been January's feel, I guess. Don't really know, but yeah, shall we move on? I have one more finish for January. So talking of mental health, our first day back in January at work was a mental well-being day, and there were sessions on throughout the day that we could attend, just to like chill out and relax a bit, which not many people actually did because we had so much work to do on the first day back. But I ran a mini workshop. I don't think it was really considered a workshop. Basically, I went, here's the paints, here's the stamps, here's some bags, have at, basically, with some fabric paint. And I decided to paint a drawstring bag with a yarn ball on it. And it has got gold as well. I don't know if it will pick up the gold. It might do. There we go. I have outlined it all in gold. Yeah, so I have a bright pink yarn ball on my bag. And it's a drawstring bag, which means it will close up. I can carry it on my back. I don't have to worry about holding onto it. And all I have done, I drew this by tracing off of the board. Basically, I put masking tape onto my whiteboard, traced over an image to get the outline, and then painted it in. Just a very simple yarn ball design. I am looking to try and make some more, and hopefully they will go in the shop at some point, This did take me maybe an hour and a half to do in total. The workshop itself was only about half an hour, but we actually stayed for about an hour. So yeah, we all had a really nice time. And while we were discussing this bag, I took this bag to Waltham Abbey Wool Show with me, where I managed to meet Laura of at the Lonely Knitter, who I've only ever met on Zoom. So that was really lovely to meet her in person. It's been 2 years that we've been chatting on Zoom now, so it's been quite fun. So that was really good. And then I also bumped into Ali at Starry Eyes Ali, who is also, she does the Little Drops of Wonderful podcast over on YouTube, so do go check her out. She does a lot of amigurumi, and this year has started a cozy, I think it's cozy winter, or cozy winter blanket along, or blanket cowl. So if you start a blanket between, I think it's the 1st of January and the middle of February, it goes into that make along. And also any that are 50% of the way through also count. So I need to dig out my Sophie's Universe and add some rounds onto that as well, and that will go into. So I took this with me to the Waltham Abbey Wool Show. It has been 2 years since we went, and the last time we went, my bestie and I took another of our friends with us. Now, I did not get an awful lot, but for me it was just a chance to meet some new people that weren't there before and have a nice day out. That was pretty much our day out, yeah. So I have been watching Kitey of the Yarn Whisperer on Instagram for a very long time, and I wanted a skein of yarn of his from his tarot collection, so I picked up the Sun. This is 4-ply. Yep, Highland 4-ply. It is zebra yarn base, and this is called the Sun. It's 100 grams. You've got these lovely red and pinkish tones. It's not showing up the colour. This is a lot deeper in real life. It's more this colour, but here, yeah, so it's more of a reddish colour. You've got yellows in there. There's some peaches, some orange. This orange here is amazing. And then obviously you've got some white in there as well, some undyed. So I had an idea of what I wanted to do with this. I find I might put it with something else. We will see. But then also, whilst I was paying for this, or going to pay for this, I then spotted this one. And this is a chunky. And this is called Sunshine. So I have the Sun and Sunshine. And I absolutely love this colour. It is so bright and happy. Just, yeah, makes me smile, and that's exactly what I needed. Again, this is merino chunky, 100% merino, 100 grams. So now I need to find something to put with that. I'm sure I've got some grey chunky that I can put with it, just so this shines through, or I might try and find some undyed chunky to put with it, so I've got a lighter colour, a lighter palette rather than a dark palette. So yeah, those are the two I picked up from Kitey at the Yarn Whisperer. My friend bought some stitch markers, which were little gummy bears, so they're so cute. Okay, so the other skein of yarn that I bought is from River Knits. Now, having recently mentioned the word squirrel, when I saw this, I immediately picked it up, not knowing the name of it. I went for the colours. And then when I saw the name, realised, no, I now have to buy that, because it is called Giant Squirrel. Can you see where this is going? It is 4-ply, but look at the autumn tones in there. They are just amazing. It is 100 grams, British blue-faced Leicester wool, 400 meters. So yeah, 4-ply. And actually, I have a plan for this. So let me show you. because it is called Giant Squirrel, I would like to make a squirrel with it. So I think this is box like 19 or something from the Crochet Society. There is Sappy the squirrel in here. Now I think this uses the chunky yarn, but it does use chunky yarn. But I'm going to use a much smaller hook and make a small squirrel with Giant Squirrel. So we're going a bit backwards here, but yeah, I mean, I could double this up or triple it, but I just want to make a teeny tiny squirrel. So that is what is going to happen with that one, just for fun. The pattern for that is by Heather C. Gibbs, who is kcaco.uk on Instagram. And yeah, so I'm going to make Sappy. So that's that one. This is my first skein of Rivernets. And those are my first skeins from Kitey as well, from the Yarn Whisperer. So they're just so nice and squidgy. Now that's the only yarn I bought. I've just realised I've left something in the kitchen that I really need to show you, which I also bought. So I'll do that in a sec. What I also got was a Sheepy Keyring. So he's a little, I think he's a little pipe cleaner sheep, and he's got a body made of like roving. So he is going to go onto one of my project bags because I just love him. And these are from sheepythings.com. So I got a key ring. And I also got some stitch markers that are all different coloured sheepies because they're just so cute. Now I was tempted to get like there was a set of rainbow ones, so they were all different coloured sheeps, different bright colours, but I thought I would just get plain sheep. I love the fact that there is a black sheep in here and an all white sheep as well. I have no idea on the breeds of sheep, but I thought they were so cute I had to get them, so I did. So yes, I have a set of stitch markers and a key ring. I then visited Laura at the Lone Knitter and picked up 2 of her Valentine's Ghosties stitch markers. So I've got one for me and I gave one to Emma as well. I also picked up a tin of Crafter's Balm as well for my friend because I have a couple of the sticks already. So I wanted something for her so she could try it too. I then got... Now I love Tilly Flop. I love Tilly Flop. She has like crocheted and knitted patterns or prints as cards, but also as tea towels. And she recently posted that someone had made a bag from one of the tea towels. And I was like, if you just print it as fabric, I will buy it. Like, I will buy as much fabric as I can get, which is coming soon, apparently. So, watch this space for that. And I picked up, I think it's a vinyl sticker and an air freshener for my car because I just thought they were funny. So this one says, no yarn is left in this vehicle overnight. Which is actually a lie. There's always some yarn in my car. And then this one says, warning, this vehicle makes frequent stops outside yarn shops. So, yeah, goodies for my car. To show that I am a yarny person. So I'll be back in just a sec with the last purchase I made from Wolfmobile Wool Show. Okay, so what I should have done is actually put my tea in this. So instead of using this mug, I could have used the mug that I actually bought at Wolfmobile Wool Show. So, Emily Cross Ceramics. You've heard me talk about her before. I absolutely love her work. And how could I resist this stunning mug? It just reminds me of the Aurora Look at that. So pretty. I absolutely love this mug. And it even has the colour inside, see? There's some colour inside as well. Now, I bought one and Emma bought one as well. We always seem to buy something from Emily when we see her, whether it is needle minders like magnets or yarn bowls or mugs. What I'm hoping is that at some point I can just buy a couple more mugs and get rid of some of the older mugs that I have in the cupboard, whether they're not necessarily handmade or I've not painted them or they've not been gifts as such. Yeah, so I'm just going to fill it with handmade mugs, I think, because these are so big. It's such a big cup, so just love the colours. Yeah, so that is the last purchase I made at Waltham Abbey Wool Show. It's so pretty. So yeah, another mug for my collection. Not that I need any more mugs, obviously. So that is everything in terms of finishes and Waltham Abbey. Let's move on to whips then, shall we? I've realised I've been here quite a while now. Yeah. Let's keep going. I have, as I've mentioned earlier, I have started 2 new whips. And they are both blankets. So the first one I started was all my favourite things blanket, which is in my beehive bag. This is from my little yarn shop, so the Little Yarn Hut on Instagram, but it's also known as All Tangled Up. And I've only done like the first 4 rows, but I have made a start on it. I needed to, it's kind of like intarsia crochet, so I needed 5 balls of white, so I wound one of the 100 grams off and made 5 mini balls. So that is ready to move on with. As I said before, it is a pattern from Doughnuts. Now, in the last week, Doughnuts is no more, so I'm quite glad that I have downloaded this pattern and printed it off, because their website is now completely gone. They have now been taken over by Lovecrafts. Now, I haven't really ordered from Lovecrafts before. I think I ordered some cross-stitch fabric a while ago. It would have shown up on one of the podcasts somewhere. But this pattern is all things Christmassy. So you start at the bottom. So I need 5 balls so I can do each of the 5 gingerbread men. And then as I move up, I'll need 5 for the balls, 5 for the trees, and 5 for the reindeer and the snowflakes. So I'm using lipstick. I believe this is Aran. Is it Aran? It is Aran. I'm using Aran. That'll be why it's so big, which is good. Yeah, so I have got about 10 balls of lipstick and about 5 balls of the white. Yeah. So it's going to be quite a nice big blanket. I think my hook's in here as well. For some reason I've got a Wallace hook in here, which was a freebie from one of the magazines from Wallace and Gromit. So yeah, I've only done the first 4 rows, but like I said, I've got all of the mini balls wound off ready so that I can then move on and start doing the gingerbread pattern. So that will be next up. What I'm trying to do is finish the first section of my other blanket before going back to this, so then I can do the gingerbread men and then swap again, so I'm not getting bored. That's the plan. We'll see if it actually goes that way. So as I mentioned, there is another blanket. It is in my big cat bag. What is this? Where is this from? Doodle something. I can't remember where it's from. Is there a label? There's no label. Okay. Doodle Cats. Doodle Cats. It's from Doodle Cats, this bag. I love this bag. It is enormous. There's there's an extra pocket inside, and it's got a zip closure as well. And I am doing the Magic Carpet Throw. I don't have a, where's my magazine, and I will find a coloured version. But it's all different mosaic patterns, and then each section is a different set of colours. Now it's meant to be done in, I think it's Colour Lab by West Yorkshire Spinners, but I had already purchased several DK yarns from the Yarn Hut a couple of years ago, which I'd planned to do just an ever growing granny square, so that each round I just changed colour, but obviously that didn't happen. So I decided to put them into this, and then when I found the pattern, because it started in issue 110, I decided, I'm still looking around, I don't know where I've put the book, so I can't show you a colour picture. I'll put a picture up somewhere. And then when I saw this, I decided that I was going to use the colours I already had for this, but I needed more. So I went and bought another one of every colour. So I have like a teal colour. I have storm blue. I think I have petrol in here, or if that one is petrol, that might be petrol. I have duck egg. So I've got 3 different blues. I've got camel and stone, which are my contrasts. I also have, I think this is buttercup, buttermilk, which is like a yellowy colour. I have blush, which is a pink, and then I think this is called royal, this is purple, emperor. I have no idea on colour names. And I'm using my Knit Pro, which is now all tangled up. I'm in a right old mess. My Knit Pro 4mm hook, which I got from the Yarn Hut, to work it all up with. I'm going to have to try and put this back in the bag because I've just made a mess. What I did do is buy one more I think of camel or one more of stone, so that I had the 5 I needed for the background colour. So yeah, I'm working this up. Currently using, I think it's stone and petrol for the first section. So I've got like the little light biscuity colour and the teal petrol blue. So that's the first section. I've got a couple more, and there's a few more bits I've got to repeat. I'm halfway through, so I've got to repeat this section again here, and then this section will be done, and then I can move on to the next bit. What I'm hoping to do is kind of alternate between this biscuity colour and the other one, so that it's not all the same all the way along, and then I'm going to mix up all the colours. So yeah, I don't know, I can't remember how many sections there are. I think there are 14 sections. I think it was in 7 magazines, and you get 2 parts per magazine. So I don't know if I will end up using the whole ball, because I've got 7 colours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other blue is 6. We will see how this goes. I haven't planned anything. I'm just grabbing a colour and seeing if it works together. I think I might do the next section as the pink. Yeah, so I'm using the pink and the purple to break up the blues. So we'll see. I might do all the little sections in the pink though. I'm not sure yet. We will see. But yeah, so it's actually quite a nice width as well. It's more like a single size blanket width. You can see I've already started going back the other way on my last row. So yeah, once I finish this section, then I'll go back to the My Favourite Things one, and I will finish that section. So I need to do that quite quickly actually. Otherwise they're going to be here for a while. Yeah, and whilst we're here, I also have another squirrel. I have Valentine's Gnomes, which I have also gone and bought the yarn for. Yeah. Because we are now into February, And I want to make these for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is in a week. So I need to get my skates on. This is a pattern by Muffy_corn. I think these are from Ravelry. Can't actually remember. But they are just so cute. Now they are supposed to be a grey body, red hat, white beard, like a biscuity nose, and I think she's got white hair. But I've decided I'm going to do them all in different shades of pink. So, because I have no more whips to show you, let's go straight into acquisitions, and I'll start with the yarn for this, for these lovely gnomes. Okay, so you've already seen that I picked up fondant for the Doughnuts. I'm also going to use this for the gnomes as well. I also picked up bright pink, and it is bright pink. And I picked up candy floss. So I've got three different tones of pink. And I've got white already, and I've got the biscuity colour, so I might use stone for the nose. Yeah, so I'm going to make some really bright, obnoxious pink gnomes. But I'm going to love every minute of making them, so I really don't care. I've not decided which section of which gnome is going to be which colour, but yeah, I'm just going to have some obnoxious gnomes for February. So yeah, 3 more balls of DK for those. Whilst I was there though, because I'd also finished the dice bag, I was looking for some more variegated yarns that weren't the cabaret to make some more dice bags, and picked up, I think these are beaches. Yeah, it's an Island Beaches DK from King Cole. It is so silky soft, like really silky soft. It is 70% premium acrylic and 30% polyamide, 100 grams. So I have this one in the, Lagoon. So it's supposed to stripe. So I have the Lagoon colourway. And then I thought I'd do a neutral one. So I've also got Baby Icicle, which is the Baby Pure DK yarn instead. Again, same percentages, just a different name yarn. And I think this one is the green in the beaches. And this one is called Palm. So I just thought like I could have like an earthy dragon. I could have a icy dragon, I guess. And then more of a neutral white grey dragon. So they will all become dice bags. And then whilst I was there, because I could never resist this yarn, I picked up another ball of Highland Heathers, which is Stylecraft. And this one is Thistle. I think I now have 6 different balls of this. And I love the tonals. The colour is really not showing up very well on the screen, but it's like different tones of pink and purple, which I love. So those are going together. And actually, in this bag is also some buttons. And because I was on a donut kick, I've got some donut buttons. And then just because I got some unicorns as well in the white, pink and purple. Again, no idea what I'm going to use them for, but I thought they were really fun. And I could add them to some really cute kids projects or something. So, yep, crazy buttons. So I think they're my purchases from the Yarn Hut done. It's not bad, I guess. And actually that's quite restrained. No. Let's move on and see what else I've got. So, in January, Siobhan's Crafts decided that she would do a different Care Bear yarn each month. So I have January's bear, which is Love a Lot Bear, ready for February. So it's based on the original cartoon, so it's more of a peachy as opposed to a full-on bright pink. But check out the speckles. I do love a yarn with speckles and some tonals. So this is called Love A Lot Bear. It's DK, 100 grams, 225 meters. It is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. But you don't just get the yarn in this special monthly box. You also get some stitch markers with a custom made one in the middle. So we've got this lovely pink, you've got to spin the right way around, lovely pink yarn bucket in the shape of a bear, which matches the little drawstring bag that you get with it, which I think is just really, really sweet. So that's perfect for a little little Valentine's Day project. So that's the little January bear, and I managed to get one for February as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next bear is. I think it was Care A Lot bear or Cheer bear. I can't remember, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what Siobhan does with it, and I'm really hoping they go like in a rainbow for each of the bears, because I think the first two are both pink bears, just slightly different. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is my first sort of surprise box, I guess, for the year. And I know now that I'm going to have to get one every month because I love the Care Bears. That was my childhood. So yeah, Care Bears it is. Now there are quite a lot more things here. Actually though, most of them are minis, so don't feel too guilty about it. I have the monthly mini Skein club from Vicky Brown, and I did remember to switch it over, so I'm now getting the randoms. And just look at the colours! They are just so cool. So we have Saturday Night. So we've got pinks and peaches. We have Fairy Dust. These little speckles of colour and the little splashes of nice colour. We've got Saturday Sport. That's tennis ball, isn't it? As tennis ball green. We have Moonlight Charm, which is like lavenders. There's a bit of blue at one end and a bit of green, tealy colour at the other end. And the last one is Jolly Grand. It's like a bright, fiery orange. So yeah, they're just really, really nice. Different, something different for me as well. Like I've had the ombre for so long now. It's nice to see something different. And actually, despite the fact that they're all somewhat different, they do work quite nicely together. I've seen that Vicky is making hexagons with all of her minis from the Randoms Club. So I'm not sure how many more months I can afford to do, but I do want to get a couple of months in with the randoms. So yeah, maybe a couple more. So that's the mini Skein Club from Vicky Brown. I then have the Blanket Club from Truly Hooked. I think it's 2 minis a month for the mini Blanket Club. So I have a little parcel. I haven't opened it yet either. Oh, they're really nice. So we have colour 1, which has got like greens and blues. It's a mostly white base with just a hint of the colour. So Blanket Club 2022 colour 1. So I'm getting the DK. I've got 10 gram DK, which is 75% super merino, 25% nylon. And then colour 2 is more green. Slightly paler, but it's more green in tones. Again, same content. They are really pretty. One's a slightly different tones to the other. So I'm really intrigued to see what the others come out. I think I have signed up for the whole year for 2022. I did order, I showed you last month, I did get the 2021 as well, which is a really, really lovely fade. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what else comes along with those. Then I need to find a pattern to put them into. Yeah. So many choices, so many things to be working on this year. Yeah, so let's have a look at what else we've got. These are minis as well. These are from Castleview Yarns. It's the next set of mini skeins from the Friends series. And these ones are Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. So we've got Oh My God, who is Janice, Geniuses and Nobel Prize winners, The Velveteen Rabbit, What Was Wrong with Mona. There's a deer just outside eating fruit from the orchard. So we have this one's There's a Deer. That's really nice, actually. There's lots of nice speckles. There's a really bright bit up here. That's going to be really fun to work with. Oh My God, for Janice. Geniuses and Nobel Prize winners. That's really nice and earthy, actually. This one is What Was Wrong with Mona or Mona. Reminds me of like strawberries just speckled in there, or like a little cherry, like cherry cake. And then the last one is a Velveteen Rabbit, so it's really nice, deep, rich purple tones in there. Yeah. So yeah, that is the last set of minis I have for this month, and that will be added to the rest of the minis I have for the blanket. So I think I've ordered another set now as well. I'm really hoping it's going to be enough to make a really nice sized blanket for my sister. Now, Gemma from the Midnight Diary has been having some car troubles. Then they had a new baby, and so she had like a little sale on her website, and may have put some more on. So I think I've got Grubby Goldfish, which is the 4-ply. I think this one's Myra. None of them have stickers on, so I'll have to check my order. I think this is Myra. This is really lovely light colours. And then I believe these are both the same. I think these are, oh no, they're both different. I think I've got Playing Fields and Lake Moat in the 10 cell. This one's got really nice strong greens in it, and this one is like more of a neutral green. So I think this one's Playing Fields and this one's Lake Moat. I can't remember. I will double check. But yeah, I bought four skeins of yarn from Gemma. I think I now have all of the 10 cell colours. And I'm really waiting for Gemma to put Smitten in as a dyed to order, because I really want it on the DK because it comes out so bright, and we know I love a bright colour. Bright pink, anyone? So yeah, I'm really hoping, I'm waiting for that to go up, and then I'm going to save some pennies and order a sweater's quantity because I want a nice bright pink sweater. The last one I have to show you, which is yarn related, is the Perth Collab Club for 2022, and January's was by Marcus from Fiberpunk. And the album cover that he chose was Post by Bjork. I mentioned this last month, but look at the colours. I just love it. And now I need to find something to make with it. Yeah. What do I make? It is DK. I have got DK on almost on all of last year's, so all of 2021's Perth Collab Club yarn I got on DK, so I can put them all together. Most of them are in this bag, but I need to get the others. And what I'm going to do is do like a little pan and shot of all of them from last year, so you can see them all together, and then whichever ones I get from this year. I'm not sure if I'll get all of them, but so far I have got the last two. So January's, and I ordered February's as well, because February's was Green Day album, and Green Day was like my childhood. I loved Green Day. I mean, look at this pink in here. I love this one. I absolutely love this. Marcus, this is amazing. I love it. Now I need ideas on what to do. But yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So each month there is a different album cover, different dyer for Perth, and they are producing a skein of yarn based on that album cover, and is exclusive to Perth Festival of Yarn, and you can only get it through the website for Perth. Yeah, and it's never to be repeated, so really special. Okay, so we're finally on to the last thing I need to show you, and it is related to the bag that I painted. So I was really inspired when I left Wolverhampton Wool Show and got some really lovely comments on my bag, so I have decided to take that and do something different with it, but I'm also going to look at making some more bags as well. Now, Hobbycraft were having a sale, so I picked up quite a lot of these little banners from Hobbycraft, and I'm going to paint some slogans and the yarn ball onto the pennant, onto the banner. There's a little sign for people's craft rooms. Now I'm going to try and do some that say maybe like eat, sleep, crochet, repeat, and have the yarn ball on there with a hook, and then some that say eat, sleep, knit, repeat as well. Although I've only just taken them out of the bags and I'm not sure about the wood that they've used. There's a very strong wood smell in this bag, so I need to air them all out before I do anything with them. Yeah, I mean, the wood's easily replaceable. I could just put a piece of dowel rod in there, so that's not too bad. But yeah, so I now have 20 of these little banners that I can work with. So that's going to be really fun to play around with some ideas for those. And just because I thought I'd pick up a different style bag from them. It is a giant tote, but it's got this like studded faux leather handles, and I've got two of them. They are big, look how big they are. I picked up two, so I'm going to try and paint the yarn ball nice and big on there as well. But yeah, so those are my slightly different purchases this month. That's not just yarn based. I mean, it's got a tenuous link to yarn, obviously, but yeah, so it's just something slightly different to be working on this month. I think that is everything, and I realise I have been waffling for far too long. Okie dokie, so then plans for February? We're already 6 days into February, so we're nearly a week into February already, and that means there's only 3 weeks left to go. Yeah, so I'd like to make those gnomes anyway. That is the first thing I really want to be doing. I'm going to finish the first section of the magic carpet throw, and maybe get the first section of the My Favourite Things blanket done as well. Not sure. I think those are my only real aims for February, because February is so short and there is a lot going on this month. A lot. So I'm trying to do my QTS for work, because my teaching qualification didn't come with it. So I need that in order to get on the main pay scale at work. And that visit is on the 24th. So I have less than 3 weeks to do loads of paperwork. So a lot of my free time actually this month is going to be spent typing on the computer, which is not fun. So I will have some time to make, but I can't spend the whole of half term making anymore. Not this month anyway. That will have to wait until Easter. I can do a row a night, right? Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. There is so much going on at work, so not an awful lot of time to think about what I'm going to be doing at home. But I am also, the other thing I need to do, I must finish the advent blanket. I'm literally just doing the border now. There's no reason for me not to finish it. I did slip stitch all the way around actually, because I'm doing an encased border. So the other day I did slip stitch all the way around. It took me well over an hour to slip stitch it, which kind of shows you how big my blanket now is. So the next part on that is to do trebles into those slip stitches on both sides, and then another row of trebles all the way around on both sides. before slip stitching those together. So I've got 5 rounds at least to do. Yeah. So we will see how that goes. But no, I've enjoyed it, and I really want it finished this month so I can actually use it rather than just be sitting in a bag, because it's actually nice and warm. But yeah, that is pretty much it for plans for February. Today, what are we doing for the rest of today? Kind of need to get a move on. I am going out to see Spider-Man. No Way Home with my son and my dad. It's one of those films where you're like, yeah, you need to see that in the cinema. So we're going to see it in the cinema. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Yesterday I finished a puzzle at my parents' house whilst they were out. Yeah, and then bought a puzzle for myself as well yesterday at the charity shop. £1.50, but it's a More Orders map and it's Harry Potter. So yeah, it might be a bit tricky, but I don't care. It's something to try and do. And I also managed to pick up a brand new, not a brand new coat, but a new coat to me, for an absolute steal, £15 for cashmere and wool. Yeah, and it was in the men's section in the charity shop as well, but it's not a men's coat, it's a women's coat, because the buttons are on the left side, so the right flaps over, which is the women's way. Men's, the left goes over the top. So yeah, really excited to wear it. It's nice and warm, and it fits over my jumper as well, so I don't have to worry about it not fitting over my cardigan or my jacket at work, which is good. But yeah, so anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today. It's been a bit hickety pickwity, but I've had so much to talk to you about. So yeah, if you've got any tips on or suggestions on how to try and get my anxiety back under control, please do let me know down below. And likewise, if you are having difficulties, then I'd love to hear from you and see how you are coping as well. We're all in this together and we're not alone. That's what I've realised the last couple of weeks, is that we're not alone. There are other people out there that feel the exact same way you do, and I think that has helped in a little bit, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I know it's been a little bit of a long one this time, but yeah, that's what happens when it's the first month of the year. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you again next month. Yeah, let me know what your favourite make from this month was and what you're looking forward to for next month. Take care. Bye.